Ben here from DigiTLC. How are you doing today? I am chatting with Damian Caddies from Combined Auto Repair up in Townsville. Damian's been using DigiSyncro and our AI employee for a few months now, in particular the voice AI, answering all of their telephone calls and handling customer inquiries. We'll get to more of that very, very shortly. But he's also rolled it out into his second shop up there. I'm going to be asking him a few questions about how it's changed the way his team handles calls, how the communication flows and day-to-day workflow. So let's dive straight in. A quick one, maybe just explain to people where you are and a bit about your background in the industry.
So second generation repairer, work along with my mum. We run two shops.
Before turning on the voice AI inside of DigiSyncro, what were the main challenges that you were dealing with around phone calls and communication in your business?
Missed calls. We just couldn't take every call.
Yeah, okay. Did you feel like you were missing a lot of calls or? Yeah. How many do you think you might have been missing as a percentage roughly?
I'd say about 20%.
Yeah, okay. So it's a fairly high amount. Now, we all know that in smash repairs, every job brings calls from a bunch of different parties. So customers, insurers, assessors, hire car companies. How much time do you think those calls were taking up for your team?
Yeah, I didn't realize until we actually started tracking the incoming calls with the AI. How many times like multiple insurer, an assessing company, a hire car company will call in the customer about the one car every day. So asking for dates, asking for repair, updates, status, and completion dates. So yeah, saving a lot of time.
Saving a lot of time. And how were those constant interruptions affecting your workflow in your workshop?
Yeah, it's not just, because it may only be a 30-second phone call or a big phone call, but it disrupts the employee from what they're doing. And then I then look to get back to what they were doing. So yeah, it's very disruptive.
Yeah. Now, a lot of repairers are really nervous about having an AI answer calls in their business. What were your first thoughts when you heard about using AI for this? You were already in that camp where you were pretty accepting because you had another service that was quite a cheap app or something you'd bought somewhere before. Is that right?
An app, basically it just, it diverted our line to that. And it was too hard to work out all of the coding back end. So it was very constant.
Yeah. How have you found DigiSyncro in comparison and the support from my team?
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, made it a lot easier for you.
Very easy to see how if you've got an idea, how you can put it into practice with the website.
Yeah, with the software. Fantastic. Now that it's been running for a while, in fact, a few months, what's been the reaction from your customers? Is anyone complaining or are they just getting on with it?
Most people are getting on with it, but there's always going to be the people that complain, and they would probably complain about dealing with a particular employee with my resources anyway. So overall, it's been positive.
Now, before our call, I was having a look through your dashboard and it shows a 99% positive sentiment score. Now, this is measured by the transcripts being, analyzed by the software for every call, and it can pick up if someone is frustrated or angry. Does that match what you're seeing day to day in your business?
Yeah, most people are getting a good response. So even if the AI can't handle it, it's getting put to the specific employee with a transcript, so we can call them straight back and jump straight back into that conversation and answer it straight away.
Yeah. And one of the things that I've noticed is that it does save a lot of time because now the AI is taking the actual message, and it means that when you're ringing them back, you've already prepared what you need for that call, which is great. And 99% satisfaction. I don't think I'd get that if I was answering the phones.
No, definitely not.
That's pretty good. What were the first things that you noticed when DigiSyncro's voice AI went live?
It's just all of their simple lower level questions were just getting answered automatically. So we didn't have to be telling customers what hours were open, when they can come in for a quote, when an excess is being has to be paid, all of that stuff is taken out. So it frees up our employees to connect with the customers. We're not just repeating ourselves daily. Customers get a better connection with our employees because we're actually answering the questions they have.
Yeah. Now, I'm not sure if you know this, but in October alone, I was looking at your dashboard, as I mentioned, your AI voice employee handled over 100 calls, which is a whopping amount when you think about it. How much time do you think that's saving your team now that the phone isn't interrupting them all day?
It really highlights it too, because our other shop does not have DigiSyncro yet, when that phone is still not realistic. So
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're going to see a big difference as that starts to get in place for them. And what type of calls do you see the AI handling really well? Things like FAQs, repair updates, excess information, hire car questions, what sort of things?
it did initially, but then the DigiSyncro team put some parameters into place. So when an insurer would call, we would ask, or the AI would ask the insurer specific questions so we can answer their questions easier, because most of them are repetitive. Dates in, dates it up. Can we throw something in? Your capacity. So it answered it very well.
Yeah, perfect. You've now been using it for about 3 months and it's handled more than 2,500 calls, which is a whopping amount if you think about if a human had to answer all of those calls. Is that what made you confident rolling it out into your second shop?
Well, what I wanted to do for the first month, or I've extended it for a couple of months, is I've read every transcript and listened to every transcript myself, just wanting to make sure that it was right and was answering the questions right. If we had to do little tweaks, what those tweaks were. I didn't want customers getting the wrong information or getting upset with the AI when it can be easily changed. Because what the AI tells the customer is input by us in their frequent asked questions or the workflows. So
Yeah, so we can program it to do pretty much anything, as you've learned. So now, whilst the voice AI is really cool and that's saving a lot of time, you're also using DigiSyncro for other automations in your business. Can you tell us about what automations you've used so far that have helped you out the most?
So initially, the easiest one to set up, I guess, was asking our customers to provide Google reviews. So that's automated now. So
Awesome.
after the car's delivered, there's a button in DigiSyncro where the AI reaches out to the customer, asking for a review, and then also follows them up. So the Google reviews have been nice. The team definitely notices that and appreciates that, because if they are writing a Google review, it's 9 times out of 10 personal. They let the team know, I really enjoyed talking to Deb, or I really enjoyed how men handled this. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And now I noticed you've got the team working on another automation for you for reminding people about paying their excess.
Yeah. So we can build in another section in DigiSyncro where we can follow up in the same manner. So the AI reaches out to a customer. If they have concerns, the AI can ask and hopefully solve that problem.
Yeah, yeah. That's the other thing too, we didn't mention the AI works across chat as well. So whether it's Facebook Messenger, Instagram DM, Google Business Profile, SMS, web chat, I mean, it's everywhere. So it's like you've got a 24/7 employee that you pay hardly anything compared to a real person.
Really good to watch live. Yesterday we watched it was a retired gentleman on the website inquiring about replacing a tailgate on his Prado. And I was going to pop up on my notifications. So the girls came in the office and watched it live, and he wouldn't even know I was talking to a bot.
Yeah, isn't that incredible?
Yeah, she's booked him in to come in today, and we're all new Steve up for him.
Yeah, isn't that incredible? So it gathers things like rego numbers, claim numbers, insurance companies, damage. Yeah, so it's pretty cool what it can do. Looking ahead, what else can you see DigiSyncro doing for you, especially now that we've got this iBody Shop integration up and running?
Yeah, all the points we've spoken about so far is reactive. Like the customers are calling us. We're on the back foot trying to answer questions. Guys made that easier, but I think with the integration to iBody Shop, we're going to be a bit more proactive in contacting customers with updates, contacting customers to remind them to come in, contacting insurers with updates. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a great innovation, and it's coming now. Like we've been testing it, we just haven't rolled it out onto your account yet. So By the time people watch this, it'll be live, and we'll be working with setting up automations to automatically update the customer, because that'll just save them ringing, right? So they're ringing for an update because you haven't provided one.
Yes.
Yeah, so good. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we know that a lot of people are a little bit hesitant with AI. It's still a relatively new thing, although the uptake is extremely fast. And I'm a firm believer that you're either going to do AI now or you're going to do AI later. There's never a time where you won't be using AI in your business. I'm just wondering, what would you say to a repairer who's on the fence about using AI to answer their calls or adopting some of this automation in their business?
Yeah, I don't think AI is going to replace an employee or add an employee. It's going to complement your workforce. So it really does help out the team. Takes the stress out of the equation. So the team aren't rushing around on a client an update for a customer. We've got a transcript. It can update back to the customer then.
Yeah, and once we've got this iBody connection finalised, you'll the AI will be able to give them so long as your iBody's up to date, it'll be able to give them the update themselves, and that's just going to mean that your team can focus on looking after the customers that are in the workshop. And I think that's, if you look at, you talk about reviews. Reviews are about the experience that customer has had, and quite often it's inside your workshop, so they'll be able to focus on that. And if someone is worried that their customers won't like talking to an AI employee, what would you tell them?
Yeah, well, when we get customers that don't want to talk to AI, they're pretty rude when you read the transcript. The AI is very responsive, and the customer will just say reception or Damian, and then it immediately puts it through to one of us to handle. A couple of their really good customers, their fleet customers at the start. One gentleman's really old school, and he's just, I hate it, absolutely hate it. And we've put some stuff in his contact now, so when he phones, the AI knows who he is and knows all of the contact details, so they're not asking all of those repetitive questions again. And now he loves it.
Yeah, how good's that? So he's a convert. Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Once they realise it saves them time. So I listened to a lot of the calls in the beginning as well, and I noticed a lot of people would just say talk to a human, and we can program it so if they say that, we can transfer it straight to a live person, which is a good idea, because that's probably going to frustrate people more if they can't. But in the main, what I have seen is I remember when we first put it in, you had one customer who was really frustrated because his wife's car wasn't ready. And he just kept saying, talk to a human. And after about 5 or 6 days of calling, he just spoke to the AI. He said, here's what I want. Get somebody to call me back. And he worked out that was easier, didn't he? And finally, is there anything else you want other repairers to know about using DigiSyncro or AI inside a collision repair business?
Yeah, I guess something that I learned is it's not just the voice AI. So it's the full complement that the AI is working in with Facebook, Instagram, Google, and your website. So she's across everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So it means you never ever miss an inquiry. It's 24/7. She answers the phone a bit differently on weekends and after hours, and of course over Christmas closure. So it makes it really easy, doesn't it? I mean, you'll never ever miss a customer call ever again.
And even if you do miss a call and the AI takes the details, you have the phone number, you have their name. So in the past, we missed those 20% of the calls. We didn't know who they were.
Yeah, now you do know. Yeah, excellent.
You could look them up in our records and cold call them back, but yeah, no one's going to do that.
Well, thanks again, Damian. Really appreciate your sharing your experience with everyone today. I know this is going to help a lot of repairers who are still unsure about using AI and automation in their business. So if you are watching this and you want to find out more about getting your very own AI employee, head to digisynchro.com and click on the button to book yourself a free demo.